Death cap mushrooms are extremely deadly, and they're spreading. Please subscribe my channel, like, share and press the bell button. The invasive death cap mushroom is thriving in North America. While it can be difficult to distinguish from an edible one, make no mistake, it can do a number on you. The death cap is the world's deadliest fungus, responsible for 90% of the world's mushroom-related poisonings every year. Native to show more. The name itself is both alarming and self-explanatory. The death cap mushroom, scientifically known as Amanita phalloides, death caps are responsible for 90% of the mushroom-related fatalities that occur every year, making them the world's most lethal mushroom. The infamous fungus was recently in the news after 3 people in Australia died after ingesting what investigators suspect were death caps. The mushroom originates from the UK and parts of Ireland, but over the past century, it has hijacked trips around the world, spreading to Australia and North America. Since arriving on the West Coast, the invasive mushroom has spread rapidly throughout California and has even appeared as far north as British Columbia, but much about its arrival remains a mystery. Why the mushroom spread so quickly, when exactly it arrived, and how it will impact the environment it grows in are the topics of ongoing research. Here's what you need to know about this deadly mushroom, and how to spot one, in case it emerges in a forest near you. How the mushroom earned its name. The unassuming mushroom can grow up to 6 inches tall with a similarly sized domed cap, sometimes tinged yellow or green. Under its cap are white gills and an off-white stem, characteristics that make it difficult to distinguish from an edible mushroom. Yet unlike an edible mushroom, it can cause extreme damage to the liver and kidneys, or in some cases, death. That's because the mushrooms contain a unique set of toxins, says U.S. Department of Agriculture plant pathologist Milton Drott. Though it is safe to the touch, a death cap contains amatoxins, which prevent cells from creating proteins, ultimately causing cell death and organ failure. Drott notes that these toxins may have allowed the population spreading through the U.S. to thrive, serving up a defense against any new predators the fungus encounters in its environment. But studying the death cap mushroom can be difficult. It's challenging to replicate ideal environmental conditions for a mushroom in a lab, and studying plucked mushrooms requires complex DNA sequencing. Fungi are key to our survival. Are we doing enough to protect them? Some fungi can damage the environment, like the fungus that wiped out American chestnut trees, but so far, there's no strong evidence that death caps are a threat to their new environments. In fact, trees and other plants benefit from their presence. Death caps are a mycorrhizal fungi, which means they form a relationship with plants that's mutually beneficial for both plant and fungus. The plant receives nutrients from the soil that the fungus extracts, while the fungus receives sugars from the plant. A mysterious move around the world. It's nearly impossible to pinpoint the actual moment the deadly mushroom made its way to the western U.S. and why exactly it's continued to spread since then, says Anne Pringle, a mycologist at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and a leading expert on death caps. Scientifically known as Amanita phalloides, death caps were first spotted in California in the 1930s. Some scientists think they were import. Read more. The earliest record of the mushroom in California is from the 1930s. Some researchers theorize that death caps immigrated in the soil of a cork tree transported from Europe to California to make corks for a then burgeoning wine industry. Others say the mushroom may have hitched a ride on a mystery plant imported to beautify college campuses. Regardless, both Pringle and Drott say the only thing they're certain of is that the fungus was likely dormant, and thus hidden from human eyes, in an imported plant soil. When they planted that tree in the ground, they also effectively planted the fungus. So, what exactly is the smoking gun, who did it, and when? That's the thing I think we'll never truly know, Pringle says. Pringle can't say for sure what makes the state such a friendly habitat for the invasive species, but she does note that the fungus can tolerate different environments throughout Europe, growing as far north as Sweden and as far south as southern France. Since arriving, Pringle says its geographic extent has grown larger and spread to other states. Most recently it appeared in Idaho. Retracing their steps. When scientists first spotted death caps in the U.S., They thought they may be native to the region because of how widespread they are. In 2009, Pringle was the first to label the population in California as invasive, a discovery she made by inspecting the mushroom's DNA. And when scientists did realize the death cap had newly spread into the U.S., there wasn't any pre-existing data to provide clues about where exactly it entered North America and how quickly it multiplied. Encountering a death cap. Spotting a death cap requires vigilance. It's scary that these pass for delicious mushrooms, Drott says. He adds that, in addition to an unalarming physical appearance, the death cap's toxins don't smell or provide any other obvious giveaways. Its toxins are also extremely stable when heated and don't break down when cooked, unlike other edible fungi that are only dangerous to eat raw. That's why scientists suggest erring on the side of caution and steering clear of foraging mushrooms. Pringle also emphasizes the importance of learning the plants in your local